Happy morning, children. Now, today I'll be doing the second story of the chapter Lost Spring. Now, the second story is I Want to Drive a Car. Now, as we know that Anise Jung, she is basically giving a voice to end child exploitation. Now, the first story was about Sahib and Seema Puri. The second story is about Mukesh and Firozabad, the place he lives in. Now, Firozabad is known for, first I'll give you the gist and then I'll give you the additional important questions. I'll discuss that. Now, let me start with the gist. Now, as I told you that it is about Mukesh and Firozabad. Firozabad is a place which is known for its glass blowing industry, bangles, beautiful colorful bangles. Now see the paradox that we'll be getting in this story. Bangles are made up of all colors, rainbow colors we get, but the life of these children are devoid of any color. There is darkness prevailing in their life to the extreme that they even end up getting blind. Now, as we find our author, she comes across Mukesh, and Mukesh tells her that unlike the others in Firozabad, he wanted to do something different. He wanted to be a motor mechanic, and he also announces that he would learn to drive a car. Now, as I told you, Firozabad is famous for its glass blowing industry, for its bangles, and every family in Firozabad we find is engaged in making bangles. They work in high temperatures, in dingy cells, without air and light. We find them slogging day and night, and ultimately we find them losing the brightness of their eyes, making bangles, polishing the bangles. And we know that law is there, child labor is strictly prohibited, and working in such a hazardous industry, glass bangle industry, is strictly banned. And law is there, and if law is properly implemented, then about 20,000 children will be out of the hot furnaces of Firozabad. Now, the Mukesh is very glad. When the author, we can see a glow in his eyes when the author accompanies him to his home, and he is very happy because his house is being renovated. Now that is an achievement, because we find that Mukesh's father in his lifetime, he couldn't even renovate his house, and here his house was being renovated. The author accompanies him, and they go. His house is in a slum where animals and humans, they live together like the primitive age. And when she goes, she finds that Mukesh's elder brother's wife, who is a fragile young girl, a young woman who is in charge of 3 male members of the family. She is there sitting next to the oven cooking, and she's in charge of the father, who is a poor bangle maker, Mukesh himself, and Mukesh's brother. And then we come to know about Mukesh's father, who had started as a tailor and then as a bangle maker. We find that he failed to achieve anything in his life. The one thing, he couldn't even renovate his house. The one thing that he could do was he could teach the art of making bangles to his children. And then Mukesh's grandmother, she says that is the God-given lineage, cannot be changed. That has been destined. They are born in the caste of bangle makers, and that is how they lead their life, and that cannot be changed. So like they have accepted things as if it is their destiny. Okay, and she says that God-given lineage cannot be changed. And then we get the reference of another family. Savita is there sitting along with an old woman making bangles, And we get the innocence of Savita. She is making bangles, but she doesn't know the sacredness behind the bangles. That in India, bangles are worn by every married lady. And then the author, she continues, Anis Jung continues to tell us that the old woman was still having bangles in her hand, in her wrist, but she had lost the glow of her eyes. Okay, because living hungry, she couldn't even, working day and night, slogging day and night, she couldn't even get full day meal. And her husband, who is an old man, he too knows nothing except bangles, but there is one achievement behind him, that is that he has managed to build a house for his family to live in. So this is one difference that we can see from the condition of Mukesh's family and this family of Savita and this old woman. And then we see that the author says that little has changed in Firozabad. The author asks that why don't they form a cooperative? They can form a cooperative and do the work themselves, but people, they say, a group of men, they say that if they form a cooperative, they will be hauled by the police, and basically it is not possible. Then they say that they don't have a leader in them who can take an initiative, and slogging day and night, the toil has killed all the initiative of dreaming. Dreams, they don't have any now. So they don't have the dream to do anything new. Everything has come to an end. Either they will be beaten by the police or dragged to jail for doing something illegal. They don't have they don't have a leader. All these reasons we get people giving, and there's no one to help them to see things in a different way, and they are tired of the poverty, the apathy, the injustice that they have to undergo. And then we get that the author tells us about two distinct worlds. She says that two distinct worlds are visible. One belonging to a group of men who are exploiting, and the other who are being exploited. These bangle makers of Firozabad, they are being exploited, and they are being exploited by whom? By the politicians, by the money lenders, by the middlemen, by the policemen, and together they have imposed a baggage on the shoulder of the children. They cannot think anything other than making bangles, and they accept things naturally as their fathers and forefathers, and to do anything else different than making bangles would be very daring. And Mukesh, he has the guts, he has the courage to dare to think something out of the box and do something different, and that really delights the author Anis Jung, because she could see a flash in Mukesh's eyes when he says that he wants to be a motor mechanic. Now this is basically the gist of the story. Now let me discuss the question answers. Now first let me discuss the questions. You will be getting 3 questions which are there in the book. Think as you read. What makes the city of Firozabad famous? Obviously, the city of Firozabad is famous for its bangles. Every family in Firozabad is engaged in making bangles. It is the center of India's glass blowing industries, and since generations, families have spent generations working around the furnaces, welding glasses, making bangles, polishing them for the women in the land. Now the second question is, mention the hazards of working in the glass blowing industry. Now working in the dingy cells without light, in high temperature, the eyes of the children and the people working in the industry are more adjusted to the dark than to the light, and they often end up losing their eyesight before these children, they lose their eyesight before they become adults. And they by polishing the glasses, the glass bangles, the polishing of the glass bangles is so injurious that the dust from it also blinds them. and so we find the workers getting blind. So all these are the hazards of working in the glass bangle industry. Now, the next question is, how is Mukesh's attitude to this situation from that of his family? Now, his family, we see his grandmother accepting things, saying that that is their karam and their destiny. But Mukesh is not ready, he is different. He wants to do something different and he is not ready to accept it as a God given lineage. And we find that he wants to go to a garage and he wants to, even if it is far away from his home, he would be going to the garage and he would learn about cars, he would learn how to drive a car, and he would become a motor mechanic. So Mukesh's attitude is entirely different from that of his family. Now, as I said, some additional questions which is for your assignment also, and which can be important for your examinations. Now, who is Mukesh? What is his dream? We know Mukesh is a poor bangle maker of Firozabad, and his dream is to, simple direct answer you will be writing, no beating around the bush. His dream is to be a motor mechanic. He wants to drive a car. And why does it look like a mirage amidst the dust? Why is a mirage is something why does it look like a mirage? Because the conditions in which he was living, it was an illusion for him. Mirage is an illusion. Why is it an illusion for him? Because as I said, everybody in Firozabad, they were busy making bangles, they were engaged in making bangles, and in such a condition, dreaming was really far-fetched. And his dream of becoming a motor mechanic, it looks like a mirage amidst the dust of Firozabad. Now, another very important question. Born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles. Where do they see bangles? Now, everywhere, wherever we are seeing this line that children like Mukesh are born in the caste of bangle makers. They don't know any other work other than making bangles, and so they can see bangles in the house, in the yard, every other house, every yard, every street in Firozabad. The bangles, the spiral of bangles are kept in unkept yards. Now, another question, where is Mukesh's house located? What is he proud of? Mukesh's house is located in a slum area, and it is in a crunched slum area, you can say, and the lanes are stinking and full of garbage, and the homes are like hovels with crumbling walls and wobbly doors, and they are crowded with families of humans and animals staying together. And Mukesh is proud that his house is being built, his house is being renovated, which his father couldn't do in his life. Now, the next question, how would you regard Mukesh's father's life and achievement? Now, Mukesh's father was born in the caste of bangle makers, and his father went blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles, and he is an old and poor bangle maker. Years for years he had toiled, and first as a tailor, then as a bangle maker, and his father, he has failed to even renovate a house or send his 2 children to school. Savita is a symbol of innocence and efficiency. Comment. Now this is very important, this question and Savita. Only once we get the name of Savita in this story. So it is very important that you remember this name, and you may get a question related to it. Savita is a young girl, and we find her sitting in a pink dress, shouldering pieces of glasses next to a old woman, and her hands are moving like the tongs of a machine, and she is innocent. Why is she innocent? Because she is ignorant about the sanctity, about the sacredness of the bangles she is making. And just I'll add a little bit over here. The author the author, she says that she will come to know about the sacredness of the bangles once she herself, her head is covered with a red veil, and she has henna on her hands and bangles in her wrist. Now another question. I'm just discussing the critical ones. The young men echo the lament of the elders. What do you think is the common complaint? Okay, now the bangle makers of Firozabad, they are very poor. They do not have enough money to do anything except carry the business of making bangles. And some don't even have enough money, enough food to pacify their hunger. And building a house for their family is an achievement, as we can see that Mukesh is really very elated that his house is being renovated. So building a house is an achievement for them, and years of mind-blowing toil have killed all initiative and their ability to dream. Now the next question, why do the bangle makers not organize themselves into a cooperative? Again, very important question. The bangle makers have fallen into the trap of the middlemen, and they are also very afraid of the police, that anything done by them, they will be hauled by the police, beaten and dragged and taken to the jail for doing something illegal. And another important point that we get over here is that they don't have a leader who can help them see things differently, and they are tired after the slog that they are undergoing from generations. Now there's another question. Which two distinct worlds does the author notice among the bangle making industry? I told you there are two worlds. One is of the people who are being exploited, and the other comprising of people who are exploiting them. Now here we are getting who is being exploited, the bangle makers, and who are the ones who are exploiting them. They are the policemen, the money lenders, the middlemen, the keepers of law, the bureaucrats, and the politicians. Now one important question which is based on both the stories. What do you think is the theme of Lost Spring? Stories of Stolen Childhood. The theme of the chapter is the grinding poverty and the traditions which condemn the poor children to the life of exploitation. In the first story, it is the rat pickers, Sahib, his family, and many other families living in Simapuri. And in the second story, it is the bangle makers of Firozabad, who are suffering from the carelessness of the society, and because of the exploitation that they have to undergo due to the policemen, the political class, and others, the bureaucrats, etc. So these are the questions, and I would like to discuss some of the questions that were there in the boards also. Like there's one question which was there in 2000, in the year 2000. Is it possible for Mukesh to realize his dream? Justify your answer. Now this is something which is in which you have to write what you feel. Is it possible for what you feel? What I feel is that yes, it is possible, because we can see that glow in his eyes, we can see that determination in his eyes when he is talking to the author. His dream, he is so very confident about it that he will convert his dream into reality. He will find a garage and he will learn and become a motor mechanic. Now there are some more questions. Yes, there is another one important which was there in 2010. Why does the author say that the bangle makers are caught in the vicious web? The bangle makers, they are caught in the vicious web which starts from poverty to indifferences, and then to greed, and finally to injustice. And mind-numbing toil has killed their hopes and dreams. They cannot organize themselves into a cooperative because they have fallen into the vicious cycle of sahukars, the policemen, the middlemen. Okay, so they are condemned to live in poverty and perpetual exploitation. Then there is another, who is Mukesh? I have already discussed with you. This was there in 2012. Who is Mukesh? What is his dream? Mukesh is belongs to a family of a bangle maker in Firozabad, and his dream is to become a motor mechanic. Okay, and drive a car. He desires to go to a garage and be trained for the job. Why could the bangle makers not organize themselves into a cooperative? Again, this came in 2012. Again, this too I have discussed. They cannot, because they are caught in the vicious web, and the bangle makers of Firozabad, they cannot organize themselves into a cooperative because they have been trapped in the vicious circle of, again, the sahukars, the middlemen, the bureaucrats, the politicians, the policemen, and together all of them, they have imposed a baggage on their shoulders. There's another question which was there in the compartmental exam 2012. Mention any two problems faced by the bangle makers. Two problems: they have to work in high temperature in dingy cells, so they are exposed to various health hazards like losing their eyesight. Okay, and the second very important problem which we get later at the end is that they are also caught in the web of poverty, burdened in the stigma of caste in which they are born, that is the caste of bangle makers, and they are exploited by the various people like the sahukars, the middlemen, the policemen, etc. Then another question in the compartmental All India 2012 exam: why didn't the bangle makers of Firozabad organize themselves into a cooperative? You see, all you are getting similar kinds of questions, so at least you will be getting an idea that these are important questions. I have already discussed again. They cannot form a cooperative because they are living in poverty. They have lost the vigor to take any initiative. The toil and all that has killed their hopes and dreams, and they are being exploited, trapped in the vicious circle of the sahukars, the middlemen, the policemen, the bureaucrats, the politicians. Then how is, this was there in 2013, how is Mukesh's attitude towards life different from that of his family? His family had accepted things, telling that, we find the grandmother saying that God-given lineage cannot be changed, and she says that it is their karam, their destiny. But Mukesh, he dares and he wants to do something different. He thinks differently, so he is ready to do anything in order to become a motor mechanic. So these are basically the important questions, the type of questions that you will be getting. So I think this has covered almost the whole of the chapter, and with this we have, there's another question which was there in 2014, just missed that. How is Mukesh different from the other bangle makers? Again the same question. See, you can see it. How is he different from the other bangle makers of Firozabad? The other bangle makers, they have accepted things as their destiny, but he is there who is thinking differently, and he wants to become a motor mechanic. So as you can see, what we find is that these are the important questions that I have discussed, and whatever questions you are getting throughout, if you study the questions every year, you will find that somewhere they are near about similar kinds of questions which I have discussed. So you accordingly you do it. The assignment 2 will be given, that is to be done by you. Thank you. Have a nice day.